Yeah, I think you're wrong. I think they have both.
All right. I don't know. I thought it was...
You think a lot of things, and you're often wrong.
I am. Look up Al-Anon. I don't care.
All right. Let's move on. Let's talk about the UK. We did last week, but you want to talk about
the UK responded strategy. With a strategy to protect their subjects from possible harm during terror attacks. And it's almost like the one I got at work. If there's a shooter that comes into the office, what you're supposed to do. We all got a little business-sized card that tells us what to do. And their strategy was very precise. It said, run, hide, and tell.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
In an unarmed society.
Oh, hey, it is for the families and friends of alcoholics, whether or not the alcoholic recognizes the existence of a drinking problem. So I probably should have went.
What I'm saying is I'm right.
It's true.
That's what you're saying.
So I guess I don't know why you brought this up. What's your problem with run, hide, tell? Doesn't that make sense?
I just wanted to bring it up because a lot of the pro-gun community came up with their own, which was like, draw your weapon, seek cover, and return fire or something.
So there's a famous one that gets used in a lot of workplaces, and it's run, hide, fight, which makes a little more sense. But essentially the idea is that the first thing you want to do is run away from the guy with the bomb vest.
Well, that makes sense.
And then you want to hide from the guy with the bomb vest.
Far enough away, yeah.
And then you want to shoot the guy with the bomb vest.
Well, I think in the office situation was if you run and hide and are found, don't just cower, fight back.
Right. Yeah.
Because some
it's
people,
a last resort,
like police for years, remember when they told women, don't fight back when you're being raped?
Yeah.
Just lay back there and enjoy it.
Well, that's evolved. It's went from don't fight back because it just makes it worse to just pee your pants.
Right. Or vomit.
Yeah. I guess that's where we're at now. It hasn't evolved past that, has it?
No.
Are we going to get to the whole fight back thing
so.
yet?
I hope so. They're doing it in offices. Like you said.
Back. Like grab a fire extinguisher or a chair or your scissors.
Or my stapler. Do you have my stapler? I need it.
Yeah, it's
protect
sad.
myself from it.
It's sad.
Anyways, the UK, they can suck it. All of Europe has screwed themselves.
Well, yeah, but I know you say that and screw them or whatever, but it really is getting people killed.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I mean,
actions have consequences.
Yeah, it's horrible though for the people.
You disarm your citizens so they can't fight back, and then you let a bunch of undesirables into the country. Give them all kinds of social benefits.
Well, I guess
protect them in the media.
I guess
I'm by the government, and then wonder why bad things happen.
That's why you can't let yourself be disarmed by the government.
It's like
this is what it leads to. Is a guy that can get out of a car and stab 30 people before he gets stopped by a cop with a baton.
Right.
What is that?
If he's taken the training on how to learn how to use a baton.
Right.
He's got to get certified.
Well,
baton certified.
A lot of the police run away.
Yeah. Well, why would they?
Right, because they're armed with a stick.
It's not even pointed at the end.
No, it's nice and rounded so you don't poke someone's eye.
Right. You don't want to do that.
Ugh.
I think The Simpsons had an episode where society sort of collapsed or something, or maybe it was Family Guy. I can't remember. They're both great. And for some reason, the town gets rid of all the guns and they burn them in a big pile, and then some kind of mutant zombie terrorist things come in there and start killing everybody, and they're going, why? Why did we burn our guns? That seems like a horrible mistake now. Why did we do that?
Yeah. Well, and yeah. It's a cartoon, but that's an accurate portrayal of the kind of thing that happens.
The mentality, yeah, and what the consequences are.
You ever been on a reality show?
My life is a reality show, but no.
Are you a winner?
No, I'm not. That's the sad part of it. It's my own show, and there's not much happens on it.
Are we talking about this? Or was
we could just mention it in passing.
Reality winner. What about it? It's been on every.
She's an Air Force veteran.
Yeah.
She's a bodybuilder.
Who is she?
Reality winner.
What does she do?
She's the one that leaked some NSA stuff.
NASA.
NSA information on Trump and the Russians or Russians.
Yeah,
and
whatever
hacking
it was. Yeah.
She doesn't sound like she's too smart.
No, and she thought she was doing a great thing.
Yeah.
She's
she
totally
actually,
anti-Trump.
But, she should take a course on forensics. Because apparently she actually did a hard copy, printed the information out on the printer, and that's one of the reasons that they caught her was she folded it in half and gave it to the press. The press gave it to the authorities. They looked at it and said, all the printers have a signature like a fingerprint. We'll just go. They started going through them, and it came out of this printer. It was printed at this time, and yada, yada, yada. Yeah. Next thing you know, it's traced to her. But she's like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've seen pictures of her bodybuilding.
Well, she's going to prison.
Probably, which is a shame.
I don't know about that.
Well, why can't they just execute her?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
Like they want to do Snowden,
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't believe in capital punishment. That's just me. Let's see. Let's move on. Hawaii. I love this guy, the Hawaiians. No, come on. This is funny. Hawaii signs legislation to implement goals of the Paris Climate Accord.
Good.
And I went, meh. So what? It's nothing. They're not going to do anything.
Oh, wait a second. No, what are you talking
if
about?
They want to give money. I don't want to talk about it. You want to move on.
Okay, but you completely misrepresented this item to me before the show.
Okay.
You said, did you see that Hawaii signed the Paris Climate Accord? Mm-hmm. That's not at all what happened.
Oh, well, that's what the headline said.
No, the headline says that Hawaii passed legislation
to implement
saying they would implement those things. That's actually a real action. That's completely
different. Oh, my God, that's horrible then.
No,
It's worse.
Yeah, it's way worse because I thought you said like they they were like, we will sign it because not my president.
Yeah,
no, they actually passed laws saying, well, you know what we are going to do? We are going to destroy our economy.
We're going to tax ourselves and pay ourselves.
Yeah, so you need to learn how to read there, buddy.
I do.
English.
Uh-huh. That's
read,
the raven calling the crow
you
black.
You can read Ugandan just fine. You need to work on your English.
What, you want to get to the ordinance?
We better.
All right, because otherwise...
this time in the show last week, we said we'll get to it next week.
Right. So we'll get to the baseball one.
Right.
No, next week.
Don't worry about it. That's city ordinance. Just go.
No, city ordinance, let's see. He got a lot of publicity. This happened last week. This farmer.
Yeah.
He's got an orchard, and
it's the Country Mill. It's in Charlotte, Michigan.
Yeah, it's a really nice place. Nate has been there and picked apples.
I have.
And he does, because it's pretty, he does weddings on his farm, E-I-E-I-O. But he won't do gay couples because that's evil and against his religion. But he also was renting space at the East Lansing Farmers Market, which is not...
To sell some of his produce.
Right, which is not... It's not even in the same county.
I don't think so. I don't think it is.
But East Lansing is saying he's in violation of their city ordinance on discrimination, and therefore he was kicked out of the farmers market.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they can enforce a city ordinance on someone who's outside of the city, on the actions that take place outside of the city.
Yeah.
That would be like having, I don't know, a city ordinance on parking on the right side of the road on Sunday, and you're 5 cities away, and they found out you parked on the right side of the street on Sunday, and they want to enforce their ordinance.
Yeah, it's well, they were saying him selling produce there's the possibility that he discriminates while he's there because he's proven and admitted to discriminating.
Well, the city manager's an idiot, and he says, I think it's a very strong principle, nothing to do with law, but principle that you should not be discriminating against somebody elsewhere and then come here and want to participate in our market.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's terrible.
I disagree with it.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
Big picture here, if we're going to actually talk about this is why you shouldn't have so many public services like city-run farmers markets. If you make it privately run, it's not an issue.
Right.
They want to kick him out, they can do that.
Right.
And if there's backlash in the community because of that, they can do that, and it will correct itself. When it's a city government, that's where you run into this issue of, well, can they not, should they, who's allowed, who's not allowed.
Because they have guys with guns that'll enforce it.
Exactly. So we are out of time, though.
All right. Thanks for listening.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.